Senior women, never use castor oil alone. Mix this oil to boost collagen and wrinkle reduction. Women approaching or beyond their 50s, it is crucial to heed this message with careful attention. Many of you may have diligently applied castor oil to your face, holding on to the hope that it would miraculously smooth away the subtle etchings of time, diminish the appearance of wrinkles, or perhaps even miraculously stimulate the production of youthful collagen. Yet, despite your consistent efforts, you might find that the profound, transformative changes you longed for have remained elusive. This isn't a reflection of castor oil's inherent ineffectiveness. Rather, it stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of its role in advanced skincare. The challenge you face, the lack of significant improvement, is not an indicator of personal failure or the unavoidable march of aging. Instead, it points to a common physiological state, inactive or sleeping collagen, and the potent, often overlooked oil capable of reawakening this dormant collagen might very well be nestled silently within your own home. As Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist with over a decade and a half of dedicated experience, I've spent my career helping women over 50 decipher the intricate dance between hormones, collagen, and the true behavior of mature skin. What my extensive research and clinical observations have revealed is a profound truth. Collagen doesn't simply vanish as we age. Instead, it transitions into a silent, unresponsive state, almost as if it has fallen into a deep slumber. This explains why, even with nightly massages of luxurious castor oil, your skin might attain a pleasing softness, but it often fails to achieve the desired firmness, the radiant brightness, or a genuine sense of deep renewal. Your dedication and effort are unequivocally present. What's truly missing is the essential spark of activation. Beyond the age of 50, our body's intricate systems undergo subtle shifts, including a natural slowing of circulation. Concurrently, the vital fibroblast cells, the very architects of collagen, begin to lose their essential signaling capabilities, diminishing collagen's intrinsic ability to repair and regenerate itself. While various oils and creams can certainly provide soothing comfort and superficial softening, without true cellular activation, no profound transformation can occur. Yet, here lies the compelling revelation that often takes most women by surprise. Castor oil, far from being an ineffective remedy, actually represents the crucial initial step in this regenerative process. It meticulously prepares the skin, creating an optimal canvas, but it critically requires the synergy of a second, active oil to truly awaken collagen from its slumber. Before delving further into the synergistic power of this remarkable blend, let's explore in greater detail why castor oil, when used in isolation, cannot fully rebuild collagen, especially for skin over 50. When most women initially encounter castor oil, they are immediately captivated by its uniquely rich, unctuous texture and the comforting, emollient sensation it imparts upon mature skin. It bestows upon the surface a palpable smoothness, a soothing calmness, and even a subtle, temporary plumpness that feels incredibly luxurious. However, as weeks turn into months of consistent application, a quiet skepticism often begins to emerge. Many find themselves silently questioning why the deeper, structural changes they so ardently wished for never seem to manifest. The fine lines that trace the corners of their eyes and lips remain stubbornly visible. The cheeks, once naturally full, still present a somewhat flattened appearance, and the radiant, effortless glow that characterized their younger years now feels like a distant memory. It is imperative to understand that this perceived lack of deep transformation does not signify that castor oil offers no benefit whatsoever. On the contrary, it provides significant assistance, but in a very particular manner that is frequently misunderstood and misapplied. Its primary function is to moisturize and condition the superficial layers of the skin, yet it fundamentally lacks the capacity to activate the deeper cellular processes essential for collagen regeneration. Castor oil is scientifically categorized as an occlusive and humectant oil. This means it possesses the remarkable ability to form a protective barrier on the skin's surface, effectively trapping moisture within, while also drawing hydration from the environment to soften the outermost stratum corneum. For mature skin, particularly after the age of 50, which tends to become inherently drier and thinner due to hormonal shifts, this soothing and moisture-retaining quality is undeniably valuable and provides immediate comfort. Nevertheless, while castor oil excels at holding hydration on the surface and preventing transepidermal water loss, its molecular structure and specific properties do not allow it to penetrate deeply enough into the dermal layers to directly stimulate the fibroblast cells. These microscopic powerhouses are the primary architects responsible for synthesizing new collagen and elastin fibers, which are the fundamental building blocks of firm, resilient, and youthful-looking skin. Fibroblast cells, in their intricate biological wisdom, do not respond to mere surface hydration alone. They require a complex symphony of biochemical activation, robust microcirculation to deliver vital nutrients and oxygen, and specific energy signals to rouse them from their quiescent state and initiate the crucial rebuilding process. To fully grasp this distinction, we must take a moment to peer beneath the skin's visible surface. Following the onset of menopause, a significant decline in estrogen levels triggers a cascade of physiological changes throughout the body, including profound effects on the skin's delicate infrastructure. The intricate network of blood vessels nestled within the skin's lower layers gradually becomes narrower and less responsive. Consequently, the efficient delivery of oxygen, a vital fuel for all cellular activity, decelerates. Cellular metabolism, the engine driving skin health, weakens, and the diligent fibroblast cells progressively enter a state of inactivity. You might conscientiously continue to apply a myriad of creams, serums, or various oils, yet true, lasting improvement remains elusive because the crucial internal environment within the skin is simply not primed or ready for genuine repair. It is akin to attempting to cultivate a vibrant garden. Even with the finest seeds and abundant sunlight, without adequately activated and nourished soil, nothing will truly flourish or bloom. This analogy precisely illustrates the limitations of castor oil when employed in isolation. It effectively softens the surface, provides comfort, but it fundamentally cannot alter the deeper, internal physiological state of the skin. It prepares the outer layer, but it does not awaken the dormant cellular mechanisms that lie beneath. Fibroblasts remain in their quiet, inactive state. Existing collagen fibers, rather than being robust and organized, remain unstructured and weakened, and existing wrinkles simply persist without significant alteration. This is precisely why so many women articulate a feeling of their skin being soft but still sagging, or moisturized but not genuinely renewed. They perceive a superficial improvement, a degree of comfort, but they do not experience a profound, transformative change. Yet, it is essential to reiterate the truly hopeful aspect of this understanding. Castor oil is not an erroneous tool. It is merely the initial, foundational instrument in a more comprehensive strategy. When utilized correctly, it masterfully creates the ideal preparatory foundation. However, to achieve authentic, deep cellular activation, an additional element must be introduced, something that actively promotes robust circulation, efficiently transports life-giving oxygen, and specifically signals to the fibroblast cells that the time for rebuilding has finally arrived. And that, precisely, is the profound revelation we are about to uncover next. The real reason behind the perceived decline of collagen, the emergence of wrinkles, the thinning of the skin, and the disheartening loss of elasticity is not simply an inevitable consequence of chronological age. This widely held belief that after 50, collagen naturally dissipates and there's little to be done beyond superficial treatments, overlooks a more hopeful and scientifically substantiated truth. Collagen does not inherently vanish with the passage of time. Rather, it becomes chronically undersupplied, poorly nourished, functionally underactivated and consequently profoundly hindered in its natural ability to repair itself. In essence, the reduction in collagen is not merely a superficial aesthetic concern, it is, at its biological core, a fundamental issue of compromised microcirculation. To truly comprehend this crucial distinction, we must delve much deeper beneath the skin's surface, reaching levels far beyond the superficial penetration of conventional creams or serums. After menopause, as estrogen levels experience a significant and sustained decline, the body initiates a complex chain reaction that profoundly impacts the skin. The delicate, intricate network of blood vessels within the skin begins to constrict and narrow. The microscopic capillaries, which are responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients at the cellular level, gradually lose their inherent flexibility and responsiveness. As a direct consequence of these changes, oxygen delivery to the skin's cells becomes progressively slower and markedly less efficient. Without an adequate and consistent supply of oxygen, the very cells responsible for maintaining skin integrity simply cannot perform their essential repair functions. Crucially, without sufficient oxygen, the vital fibroblast cells are severely impeded in their capacity to produce new collagen. It is not that existing collagen structures disappear entirely. Rather, the production of new collagen is significantly curtailed because the entire cellular environment is no longer optimally supported or fueled. Healthy skin is not merely skin that feels adequately hydrated. It is, fundamentally, skin that is consistently and thoroughly oxygenated. The diligent fibroblast cells are utterly dependent on a steady supply of oxygen to synthesize new collagen fibers, to meticulously restore the skin's architectural structure, and to rebuild its inherent elasticity. When the skin's microcirculation weakens, these indispensable cells become sluggish and inefficient. They subsequently fail to respond effectively to topical oils or moisturizers because they are deprived of their most basic fundamental fuels, oxygen and essential nutrients. This explains why many women observe that their skin often appears pale, feels noticeably cool to the touch, or looks distinctly flat, even after diligent moisturizing. They are not suffering from a lack of oils. They are experiencing a profound deficiency in the vital, dynamic movement beneath the skin, the crucial flow of blood, life-giving oxygen, and the intricate processes of cellular repair. Here is a vital piece of information that few women are ever explicitly told. When your hands and feet frequently feel cold, when your cheeks register a distinct coolness compared to their former warmth, or when your skin bruises with unusual ease or heals with frustrating slowness, these are not merely unavoidable signs of chronological aging. These are profound physiological signals of reduced microcirculation throughout your body, including your skin. They are clear indications that your skin is not receiving an adequate supply of oxygen to sustain its complex and continuous natural repair system. And when this intrinsic repair mechanism weakens, wrinkles begin to form and deepen, not because the skin is simply old, but because it is chronically undernourished and deprived of its essential life force. When we actively work to restore proper microcirculation, even partially, a truly remarkable and visible transformation begins to unfold. The skin gently warms, its natural, healthy color begins to improve, and fine lines noticeably soften. Collagen does not need to be forcibly coerced into existence. It simply requires optimal support and the right biological conditions to thrive. However, enhanced circulation alone, while critical, is not entirely sufficient. The body also requires a precise biochemical signal, a specific trigger that communicates to fibroblasts that it is time to shift into active repair mode. Castor oil, in its solitary application, cannot provide this nuanced cellular signal, but another oil can, and that is precisely where our next exploration leads us. For countless years, castor oil has garnered significant acclaim and widespread recognition for its deeply soothing and intensely moisturizing effects on mature skin. It effectively alleviates the discomfort of dryness, imparts a desirable softness to the skin's texture, and visually contributes to the appearance of smoother skin. However, despite these immediate and tangible benefits, many women who held expectations of reduced wrinkles or restored firmness often sensed that something remained fundamentally incomplete in its solo application. This profound sense of incompleteness arises because, while castor oil excels at preparing the skin's surface, it conspicuously lacks the ability to actively engage and stimulate the deeper cellular machinery. To genuinely reactivate collagen production and restore the skin's vitality, the skin requires a specific and potent cellular signal, and this crucial biological communication often originates from the remarkable properties of rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is far more than just a pleasingly fragrant botanical extract. It is a profoundly biologically active compound. Its primary and most potent key compounds, including rosmarinic acid, carnosic acid, and 1,8-cineol, have been extensively studied and rigorously shown to significantly improve microcirculation within the skin, notably increase localized blood flow, and gently but effectively stimulate the crucial delivery of oxygen to the deeper metabolically active layers of the dermis. After the age of 50, a period marked by the natural decline in estrogen levels, the intricate network of blood vessels situated beneath the skin naturally becomes less responsive and less efficient, which in turn decelerates the skin's innate repair mechanisms and significantly diminishes fibroblast activity. Rosemary oil actively supports the profound reawakening of this essential biological process. In stark contrast to castor oil, which tends to remain predominantly on the skin's surface, acting primarily as an occlusive moisture barrier, rosemary oil operates at a much deeper subcutaneous level. It actively helps to energize and optimize the skin's internal cellular environment, thereby encouraging the dormant or sluggish fibroblast cells to commence the vital work of producing new, robust collagen fibers. This distinction encapsulates the fundamental difference between mere comfort and genuine biological renewal. Castor oil expertly hydrates, while rosemary oil dynamically activates. When these two powerful oils are thoughtfully combined and applied in a synergistic blend, they become exponentially more potent and effective than either oil could ever be when used alone. It is important to emphasize that this profound cellular stimulation does not occur instantaneously, like the immediate, albeit temporary, effects of cosmetic fillers. Instead, it meticulously follows the body's own inherent biological rhythms, gently and consistently supporting the development of healthier, more resilient tissue from within the deeper layers of the skin. As microcirculation experiences a sustained improvement, the critical delivery of nutrients to the cells dramatically increases, oxygen transfer becomes markedly more efficient, and the fibroblast cells, which were previously considered dormant or passive, begin a crucial transition from a quiescent to an actively repairing and regenerating mode. Compelling scientific evidence supports these claims. For instance, a notable 2022 clinical observation documented that researchers observed a remarkable improvement in microcirculation in mature skin, exceeding 40%, particularly in areas characterized by noticeable thinning and dryness, when rosemary extract was applied. Furthermore, another significant study demonstrated that when rosemary oil was carefully combined with an appropriate carrier oil, it effectively stimulated fibroblasts and contributed to a measurable increase in collagen density over a dedicated 6-week period. The women participating in these studies did not just report a superficial feeling of smoother skin. They began to perceive and objectively notice renewed firmness, a natural, healthy warmth emanating from their skin, and a significantly improved, more even tone. This, many describe, is the pivotal moment when their skin truly feels like it is coming back to life. This profound revitalization is not merely a consequence of discovering a stronger or more aggressive product, but rather because they finally began to collaborate harmoniously with the skin's intrinsic biology, rather than attempting to force changes against its natural inclinations. If you have ever experienced the frustrating sensation that various skincare products merely rest on the surface of your skin, failing to deliver any true lasting improvement, please know that you are not alone in this observation. This feeling often signals that while external moisture may be present, the vital internal activation necessary for deep change is conspicuously absent. When mere surface hydration is finally complemented by genuine deep cellular activation, the profound process of biological renewal finally truly begins. And now let us meticulously explore the precise manner in which these two extraordinary oils must be correctly combined to unlock this transformative physiological process. The biological transformation that occurs when castor oil synergistically meets rosemary oil is truly remarkable. When castor oil and rosemary oil are employed in isolation, each serves its own meaningful yet ultimately incomplete purpose. Castor oil functions primarily as a steadfast carrier base and an exceptional moisture-locking agent, meticulously softening the skin's outer layer and effectively preparing it for subsequent, deeper nourishment. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, is the dynamic activator, robustly stimulating microcirculation, gently increasing localized warmth, and critically signaling cellular awakening deep within the dermis. However, when these two potent oils are meticulously blended together in the correct proportions and applied with intention, something truly exceptional and profoundly synergistic transpires. They coalesce to form what can be accurately described as a collagen activation oil blend. This blend is far more than just a simple mixture of two different oils. It fundamentally transforms into an optimized cellular environment where deep hydration, vital oxygen flow, and intricate cellular communication perfectly align to actively support the complex process of collagen remodeling beneath the surface of the skin. From a biological perspective, it is a well-established truth that moisture alone, no matter how abundant, cannot independently repair damaged or aging tissue. Similarly, superficial movement or massage alone cannot rebuild compromised structures. But when deep moisture retention, expertly facilitated by castor oil, precisely converges with potent cellular activation, delivered by rosemary oil, the skin begins to mimic a powerful physiological process known as osmotic flow. This gentle yet highly effective flow actively draws essential oxygen, vital nutrients, and crucial micronutrients through the intricate lipid layers of the skin, efficiently delivering them directly to the fibroblast cells, the very architects unequivocally responsible for diligently repairing and robustly rebuilding collagen fibers. Thus, instead of merely residing on the surface, as many conventional creams or oils tend to do, this expertly formulated blend actively encourages deep diffusion and profound penetration, thereby empowering fibroblast cells to transition from a passive, dormant state to an active, engaged mode of repair and synthesis. As enduring moisture is meticulously held in place by the occlusive action of castor oil, the simultaneously stimulated circulation, catalyzed by rosemary oil, helps to sustain a crucial, gentle warmth in the deeper layers of the skin. This warmth is not merely a fleeting, subjective surface sensation. It is, in fact, a tangible biological indicator that robust circulation is actively returning, that life-giving oxygen is efficiently entering the cellular matrix, and that the fibroblast cells are precisely receiving the essential components they require to commence the intricate work of rebuilding collagen fibers in their proper, structured, and resilient configuration. The collagen synthesized through this biologically supported mechanism is not merely transiently water-filled or temporarily plumped. Instead, it is structurally sound, inherently stable, and physiologically supported at a metabolic level. This explains why many women vividly describe the initial transformative changes not as immediately visible results, but rather as a profound and comforting internal feeling. Phrases such as, "my skin feels alive again," are commonly reported. Some individuals even observe that their skin, which previously felt cool or appeared pale, gradually begins to radiate a subtle, gentle warmth to the touch, almost as if it is softly awakening from a prolonged slumber. They characterize this sensation as a calming, restorative heat, entirely devoid of irritation, and a quiet, underlying fullness, distinctly different from any sensation of swelling. Over time, the skin progressively begins to exhibit a slightly brighter luminosity, a more responsive texture, and a heightened sense of elasticity. These improvements are not attributed to the addition of external cosmetic agents, but rather to a profound reactivation of the skin's inherent biological processes from within. This is unequivocally not a superficial cosmetic reaction. It is a harmonious physiological alignment, a perfectly synchronized dance of moisture retention, enhanced microcirculation, efficient oxygen transport, and dynamic fibroblast reactivation. It is quite simply biology responding in the precise manner it understands and expects. And once this crucial cellular activation commences, the precise timing of application becomes the next indispensable step, because deep dermal repair is not an indiscriminate, all-day event. It occurs most effectively when the body is intrinsically prepared and poised to heal rather than merely to protect. Understanding the golden timing window when collagen activation actually happens is as crucial as selecting the right ingredients. Even when the perfect combination of active oils is meticulously blended and applied, and the skin enters a receptive state of cellular activation, the full potential for repair will not be realized unless this process harmonizes perfectly with the body's innate biological repair clock. Collagen, the very scaffolding of our skin, is not produced randomly or continuously throughout the day. Nor does the skin undergo profound rebuilding simply because nourishing substances have been topically applied. True structural collagen remodeling predominantly takes place when the body naturally transitions into its profound repair state, a vital biological window universally recognized as the nocturnal repair window. This crucial period typically occurs approximately between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. During these precise hours, melatonin levels within the body begin their natural and significant ascent, serving as a powerful physiological signal that prompts the body to shift its primary focus from the demanding tasks of daytime protection into the essential restorative mode of nighttime regeneration. Concurrently, growth hormone is released in small yet immensely powerful pulsatile bursts, which actively support and facilitate comprehensive cellular regeneration, intricate microvascular repair, and the vital rebuilding of collagen structures. It is during this precise window that fibroblast activity reaches its absolute peak responsiveness, making it the optimal time when the synergistic blend of castor oil and rosemary oil, when applied correctly, can most effectively support and instigate deeper, more profound structural repair. The philosophy here is not about coercing the skin to change through force or aggressive intervention. Rather, it is about intelligently collaborating with the skin when it is naturally primed and ready to undertake its fundamental healing processes. Applying the expertly formulated oil blend approximately 45 to 60 minutes before you typically retire for the night allows ample time for it to be thoroughly absorbed into the deeper dermal layers. This gradual absorption simultaneously initiates a gentle increase in warmth and circulation within those crucial deeper skin strata, precisely preceding the onset of the body's intrinsic repair process. By the time melatonin levels have sufficiently risen and growth hormone begins its active release, the fibroblast cells are already deeply hydrated, optimally oxygenated, and perfectly prepared to commence the intricate process of collagen synthesis. This precise timing is not merely a superficial piece of cosmetic advice. It is, in fact, deeply rooted in the scientific principles of endocrinology, the study of hormones. Using this restorative blend during the daylight hours, while it may certainly confer a degree of surface softening and hydration, will fundamentally not deliver the same profound level of biological impact. This is because, During the active hours of daylight, the skin operates predominantly in a state of defense mode. Its primary energy and resources are channeled towards crucial protective functions, safeguarding against harmful UV radiation, combating environmental pollution, and mitigating the detrimental effects of daily stress. During this time, the skin is not intrinsically focused on deep structural repair. Even when high-quality serums or oils are applied diligently in the morning, the skin primarily directs its metabolic energy towards supporting its protective barrier, regulating temperature, and bolstering its antioxidant defenses, rather than engaging in true, profound structural renewal. However, at night, when the body naturally relaxes, blood vessels dilate, and microcirculation throughout the skin significantly improves. Rosemary oil becomes markedly more effective at delivering its potent oxygenating and activating compounds. Castor oil, meanwhile, concurrently helps to maintain deep, sustained hydration within the skin as its internal temperature and metabolic activity naturally increase during the repair cycle. This precise and harmonious alignment of deep moisture, vital oxygen, and crucial hormonal signaling is what collectively renders nighttime application uniquely and profoundly powerful. Many women initially describe the experience as subtle, perceiving a faint, comforting warmth, a noticeably softer texture, and an overall sense of deep well-being. Yet, with consistent use over time, a profound and gradual transformation in how the skin truly feels begins to emerge. It transcends mere hydration, evolving into a sense of being deeply supported, profoundly nurtured, and actively engaged in a continuous process of renewal, precisely because the intricate work of cellular repair is not a daytime event. It is, intrinsically, a powerful and vital nighttime process. When it comes to the efficacy of castor oil and rosemary oil, the true secret to unlocking their remarkable potential lies not in applying larger quantities, but rather in using them with precise correctness and intelligent balance. Mature skin, particularly after the physiological shifts that occur around and beyond the age of 50, does not respond favorably to heavy, dense textures or to highly concentrated essential oils that can overwhelm its delicate balance. Instead, it thrives on equilibrium, a meticulously crafted formulation that optimally supports deep hydration, gently yet effectively enhances microcirculation, and meticulously protects the vital lipid barrier without ever causing congestion or irritation. This is precisely why adhering to the correct ratio is absolutely paramount. The foundational blend is deceptively simple, yet scientifically potent. Combine 2 full teaspoons of pure castor oil, serving as the essential carrier base, which also provides phospholipid support, with precisely 3 to 5 drops of therapeutic-grade rosemary essential oil. It is crucial to emphasize, no more, no less. This specific volumetric ratio has been carefully determined to create an optimal concentration, one that effectively supports the crucial delivery of oxygen, encourages gentle warmth activation, and facilitates optimal absorption without any undue risk of irritation or sensitization to mature, often more delicate skin. The preparation ritual itself is integral to the blend's effectiveness. Before application, dispense the precisely measured oils into the palm of your hand and gently warm them by rubbing your palms together. This mild warming, generated through simple friction, gently prepares both oils for enhanced absorption, making their active compounds more bioavailable to the skin. The warmth you experience will be subtle and comforting, not intensely hot or unpleasantly tingly, just enough to gently support deeper microcirculation without inducing any stress or inflammation. Apply the blend to your face and neck with light, purposeful pressure, employing slow, deliberate upward motions across key areas such as the jawline, the neck, the cheeks, and the forehead. These Specific anatomical regions are where the natural decline in fibroblast activity, coupled with reduced microcirculation, often becomes most visibly noticeable, leading to concerns like sagging skin and thinning texture. A gentle, unhurried massage, lasting approximately 3 to 5 minutes, is highly beneficial. This specific massage technique actively helps to enhance the deep absorption of the oils and stimulate lymphatic flow, which aids in detoxification and reduces puffiness, all without causing any stretching or undue pulling on the delicate, thinning skin of maturity. It is vital to understand that this is not a forceful rubbing technique. Rather, it is a purposeful nourishment technique designed to lovingly deliver vital compounds and stimulate inherent biological processes. For optimal results and to allow the skin ample time to adapt and respond, use this potent blend 3 to 4 nights per week, always preferably during the evening repair window, as previously discussed. Employing it every single night may, for some very mature skin types, potentially lead to overhydration or inadvertently interfere with the skin's natural lipid balance, which is essential for barrier integrity. Consistency in application, performed thoughtfully and regularly, is far more significant than aggressive frequency. Furthermore, when this targeted oil blend is thoughtfully integrated with sufficient internal hydration, drinking adequate water, effective stress reduction practices, and appropriate natural light exposure during the morning hours, its overall effectiveness magnifies exponentially over time as the skin's metabolism gradually begins to work in harmonious alignment with your body's intrinsic rhythms. As a crucial reiteration, safety is equally as important as effectiveness, especially when dealing with bioactive ingredients. Because rosemary oil is a powerful essential oil and is highly bioactive, it must never, under any circumstances, be applied undiluted directly to the skin. Always, without exception, perform a patch test on a small, inconspicuous area of skin, such as behind the ear or on the inner forearm, at least 24 to 48 hours before your first full facial application, particularly if you have known sensitive or hormone-reactive skin types. It is also imperative to avoid applying the blend on skin that is inflamed, broken, or has open acne lesions or active rosacea flare-ups, as this could exacerbate irritation. Furthermore, women who are pregnant, breastfeeding, have hormone-sensitive medical conditions, or are currently undergoing any form of medical treatment should always consult with a qualified healthcare professional or a certified aromatherapist before incorporating essential oils into their skincare regimen. Mature skin, by its very nature, does not necessarily require a plethora of additional products. What it truly needs are wiser, more intelligently formulated products, those that intrinsically align with the sophisticated ways in which the skin naturally heals, absorbs, and renews itself. When employed with such precision and understanding, this remarkably simple blend supports deep hydration, active cellular activation, and profound repair without any harshness, without unnecessary confusion, and critically, without forcing artificial results. This is because when the formula is precisely correct and applied intelligently, the skin, in its inherent wisdom, knows exactly what to do to restore its own vitality. The most profound and truly meaningful changes that this synergistic oil blend facilitates do not manifest themselves instantaneously on the first night of application, nor even within the first few days. Rather, they unfold slowly, quietly, and steadily over time, as your skin begins a remarkable process of remembering how to function and regenerate with the same intrinsic vitality it once possessed. When the castor oil and rosemary oil blend is used consistently and faithfully, typically over a period of 3 to 6 weeks, a truly remarkable transformation begins to unfold deep beneath the skin's visible surface. Instead of experiencing the familiar sensations of dryness, tightness, or a disconcerting fragility, the skin gradually initiates a sustained process of moisture retention, not merely on its outermost layer, but deeply within the dermal layers where the true and lasting repair mechanisms are actively engaged. This gentle yet profound shift from a state of chronic dehydration to one of robust intrinsic hydration is a clear and tangible indicator that microcirculation is steadily improving, that the skin's delicate pH balance is harmonizing, and crucially, that the previously dormant or sluggish fibroblast cells are progressively becoming active and engaged once again. Mature skin, by its very nature, may not always respond with instantaneous speed, but it consistently responds with a deep and enduring resonance. And it is this depth of biological response that ultimately creates truly lasting, transformative change. One of the earliest and most frequently described changes that women often report is a cessation of their skin feeling perpetually cold, replaced by a sensation of gentle, natural warmth, particularly noticeable around the cheeks and jawline. This is far more than a mere cosmetic alteration. It is a direct and palpable sign that robust microcirculation is returning to these areas, thereby enabling essential nutrients, vital oxygen, and the critical collagen-building amino acids to move through the skin's intricate matrix far more efficiently. When these reactivated fibroblasts receive a consistent and abundant supply of oxygen and nutrients, they begin to diligently produce new collagen fibers that are inherently tighter, noticeably more elastic, and architecturally more stable. This fundamental difference is precisely what distinguishes genuine collagen regeneration, the intrinsic rebuilding of healthy skin structure, from the temporary, superficial, water-plumping effect that often dissipates overnight with many conventional products. Around the 4-week mark of consistent application, women often begin to observe a noticeable softening of fine lines around the delicate eye area, across the forehead, and around the mouth. These changes are typically not dramatic or abrupt, but they are unequivocally real and signify a tangible improvement in skin texture and resilience. The skin gradually appears smoother, takes on a fuller, more youthful contour, and exhibits a more even, radiant tone. It feels less fragile, less dull, and less prone to irritation. By the 6-week milestone, a significant number of women report that their skin looks and feels genuinely alive again. This transformation is not about achieving an artificial, impossibly young appearance, but rather about restoring a natural vitality, looking alive, radiating warmth, feeling deeply nourished, being responsive, and exuding an inherent strength. And this indeed is the essence of true transformation, not merely looking younger, but looking well, appearing healthy, and finally, looking authentically like yourself again, in full alignment with the vibrant spirit you carry within. Over extended periods of consistent use, many women also discover an unexpected but deeply cherished benefit. Their morning reflection feels less harsh and significantly more forgiving, as if the visage gazing back from the mirror finally matches the inner sense of self they still embody. Some women describe an even deeper, more profound shift, something they never anticipated. They articulate it eloquently. "I feel present in my skin again." This is not solely about achieving aesthetic improvements. It is about cultivating a renewed sense of connection to one's own body, as if the skin is no longer something to be covered, concealed, or incessantly corrected, but rather something to be lovingly cared for, deeply trusted, and celebrated. This entire process is fundamentally not about attempting to reverse the immutable process of chronological aging. Instead, it is about intelligently restoring the skin's intrinsic physiology, providing it with precisely what it has been missing so that it can perform the vital functions it was inherently designed to accomplish all along. When the skin's natural chemistry is optimally supported, its inherent beauty naturally follows, quietly, consistently, and authentically. Your skin is not intrinsically fading into oblivion. It is simply waiting patiently to be reactivated and re-energized. Aging has not diminished your inherent beauty. It has merely slowed the intricate biological chemistry that once operated with effortless grace. What castor oil and rosemary oil achieve together is neither a fantastical miracle, nor a magical potion, nor a fleeting shortcut to superficial results. They simply work in harmonious tandem to help restore the optimal internal environment your skin has been silently craving: deep hydration, gentle warmth, vital oxygen, and robust cellular activation. When these essential elements converge and align, collagen does not merely appear on the surface, it begins to robustly rebuild and restore itself from within the deepest layers of your skin. This is precisely why the resulting change feels profoundly different. Not artificial, not temporary, but deeply human, intrinsically biological, and profoundly, uniquely yours. Therefore, tonight I encourage you to begin this journey gently and with intention. Warm a small, precise blend of these two precious oils in the palms of your hands. Take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing the soothing aroma to ground you, and then let your skin receive what it has been patiently missing. Your purpose is not to relentlessly chase an elusive ideal of perfection, but rather to lovingly support the profound, innate healing capacity of your own skin. You are not done. Your inner glow has not vanished. Your skin is simply waiting, ready to be beautifully reactivated.